So this is yeah. He has books and DVDs but that was some technology that I'd never
he
seen.
developed.
I don't know if he did or not, but
Okay.
it was pretty neat that he could sense. The first time he could actually play tic-tac-toe with his daughter and know where.
So it's kind of like a Braille type of situation.
Kind of.
Through, okay.
Kind of,
Okay.
but actually a sensor on that he wore in his mouth, because you don't need to read when you're rock climbing. You need to see where to place your hands.
I think, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
What was the most difficult eye exam that you've ever given?
The most difficult eye exams
Yes.
are usually when the patient can't communicate very well, or because of either age or maybe someone who has special needs. And so when they can't communicate what they're seeing or they're not seeing, then we have to rely on our subjective tools to do that. And so typically you have to communicate. Any doctor needs to communicate, but especially when you're trying to determine what's going to be best for someone's vision. As far as a specific one, I don't have one that comes to mind, but usually the tough exams are either they can't communicate or can't tell me what's going on, or they might have something that's serious.
Oh, I see.
Where I can't help them.
Is there something bizarre that you saw that you're like, well, I've never seen this before, sort of thing?
Oh yeah, that happens all the time. It's usually something related to someone else has seen it, but maybe for me, I'd only looked at it in books, and then when I see it in front of me, it's like, oh, okay, I've never seen this before. And it's usually disease related.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you do come across new things that you're like, wow, this is interesting, scientific, and
oh yeah.
Is it something where you're like, hey, I'm going to find out how to fix before anybody else, sort of thing?
I don't know if I'm that ambitious,
yeah.
but there's that's what gives it variety too. Is because if everyone's eyes have the same thing going on, then any job can get monotonous. But because everyone's different, everyone has a different personality. That's why I like it.
That's cool. That's cool. That's really cool. So here's a little something off the wall. What is your favorite eye myth story?
My favorite eye myth story is usually the one that everyone says, if you sit too close to the TV, you'll go blind.
You see pixels, right?
Right, or if you hold things, or if you read with a flashlight, you're going to become nearsighted. I mean, those are two that I still get questions about. Is
that just old school stuff? Is that something that parents from back in the day just said, let me mess with my kids a little bit, or sort of thing?
There's a little bit of truth.
Okay.
But it's not the full truth, meaning dim lighting strains your eyes, so that possibly might make you become more nearsighted.
Okay.
When TVs first came out,
right,
the components that were in them, if you sit too close to them, yes, there was possible radiation that could cause
I would even
problems.
think the iPhone too, because it can be a bright screen. If you're in pretty dark lighting, can kind of have some kind of effect as well too. Maybe
it might strain your eyes a little bit, but it, and I've heard the iPhone. I've got one on my hip.
You're
but that's possibly sucking energy from you, or because there's radio waves and different things.
If I wanted to become an optometrist, how would you encourage me to become one? I mean, what would you encourage one? How would you do it?
I would first make sure that you're a people person. What I mean by that is that you like to talk to people. You feel like you could develop the traits of listening and communicating. Some people say they are, but when it comes down to it, you have to like people. And then there's the science. There's science behind it. I think a lot of those prerequisites, they weed people out.
Right.
Do I use calculus every day? No. Do I need to calculate organic chemistry every day? No. But you have to go through those hoops in order to get there. And I think it teaches you more of how to think scientifically, and that's something that you need.
Got to lay the foundation.
Right. Right. And so, to encourage someone would be to, make sure that you like it. Go visit an optometrist. Kind of shadow them, see if that's something that you want to do, and then go for it, because it's something that it's a great profession.
Cool.
As far as you're not going to become rich doing being an optometrist,
right?
but it's fulfilling, and it's something that you do make a decent living,
and you're helping people and just live better lives, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, the times, I don't always get to see it, but the time someone gets their first pair of glasses and they're like, oh wow, I didn't know that I could or should be seeing this good. And, that's instant. We don't get a lot of sick people in here. We do, most part, people are coming in, they're not coughing on me here.
Right.
But they, they might not be able to see, but we can help that with most things, or we can send them to a doctor that can help them.
That's cool. Well, Dr. Paul Snyder, you've been awesome. Thank you very much. A lot of people are very, very inspired by this. So it's cool.
Hopefully.
Thank you for doing this for me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Cool. Thank you.